Righty then, semi-final, second leg. United hold a 3-0 lead from the first leg after beating Bilbao at the San Mamés even. Surely we're not ballsing it up from here. Surely it's plain sailing. Now, what I asked for in the aftermath of the game was United to absolutely stink the place out. And I know you can do that because I've watched you all season. You can absolutely bore the piss out of people. You can do that. I believe in this team's ability to bore the place out. We can do it. Now, the stakes are incredibly high. Like a spot in the Europa League final, and beyond that, a name in the draw for the Champions League next season. We are unbeaten in the Europa League. We've scored 28 in 12. It completely contrasts to what's been going on in the Premier League. The tempo of Europa League football seemingly just suits us. And I don't know if that means the final against Spurs, we're going to toss it off, or the fact that it's European competition, somehow we kid ourselves into thinking it's different and we actually managed to go and do it. Now, we are still unbeaten. We have got 7 wins, 9 draws in the process of the 9 games that Ruben Amorim has managed. And Opta-Stats show that 133 out of 133 teams that have been winning a Europa League knockout stage by 3 or more goals have advanced to the next stage. Bilbao need 3 goals just to take it to extra time. Lads, surely not. Surely not. Just make it boring. Just take hours doing everything. Ref, don't think that ball's pumped up. Have a feel. I don't know. You should. What do you reckon? Just take the piss. I want to see a grand total of 17 passes total, both teams in this game. Just absolutely run the clock out. Bore it. Now, as you know, Bilbao are 4th in La Liga. They came into this before last week, one of the best defensive records in the league. If there's any game they are going to show up for, determined, free-spirited, free-flowing, try and get the best out of both the Williams brothers, just full send, it is this. It's stick or twist, do or die time. First goal is going to be absolutely monumental. If United get the first goal, it is genuinely stick your feet up, light the cigars, and start thinking about which kid you're going to sell to be able to afford an Airbnb in Bilbao. If Bilbao get the first goal, all the neutrals are going to tune in because you are about to see a game for the ages. That's where it's going to be. We've seen United enter into extra time in the Europa League and just do an absolute madness. Why would you think it's going to be any different tomorrow night? Now, United obviously lost 4-3 at the weekend with like 7 or 8 changes. Bilbao come into this off the back of a 0-0 draw away to Sociedad. This season, they have struggled away, particularly in Europe. Now, they did rest or potentially drop a lot of the players from the first leg. Valverde has made some big decisions, and he's got some big decisions to make coming into this. Injury-wise, we saw De Ligt going off against Brentford, and that was a bad sign, I thought, because I thought going into the final, well, it's probably going to be Tottenham. I fancied us, especially if Ahmad is going to be available, and that's a massive positive if he is. And if we had De Ligt in there, I'd actually think United could go and do this. Doesn't look like you're going to have De Ligt. For Bilbao, Nico Williams' injury has cleared up after playing in the first leg. Sanchez could return to face United in the second leg. One player that won't be available will be Vivian, for obvious reasons. Sent off for pulling down Højlund in the box and denying the clear goal-scoring opportunity. Finds himself suspended. You know how they're going to play. You know, everything that we spoke about in the first leg, well, we saw it in the first 20 minutes, and then United seemed to just get a grip of the game and stop them playing altogether. So I'm not really going to talk too much on how they play, because I think this game is going to be very different. United are going to absolutely play 5 at the back. United are absolutely going to try and deny any space that they can whatsoever. United are absolutely going to try and hold possession, and United are going to try and limit the transitions that Bilbao get. Because if you allow Nico and Inaki Williams ahead of steam, if you allow them the opportunity to go 1v1, they will do it, and they will hurt you, and they will score goals. And they were very close to scoring on Thursday last week. They didn't. We stood firm, and we put ourselves 1 foot into the final. So that's what we have to do going into this one. Who's the danger man that United need to be worried about? If he's available, if fit, I think Oyan Sanchen. I think he's going to be the one that gives confidence and a bit of a focal point to this team. Having him and Nico Williams gives them a chance, and Inaki Williams. They've got a potent forward line. He's got 17 in 32 in La Liga in Europe. He does have genuine goal-scoring pedigree. His ability to find himself unmarked and get a shot off is what makes him dangerous. And I think his ability to score from both inside and outside the box makes him a genuine threat that United have got to keep quiet. Like I said at the top of the show, the first goal is this game. The first goal is this game. And I think if United can be the ones that strike first and get that first goal, we'll do ourselves no harm whatsoever about booking that final place in Bilbao. And how gutted will Bilbao be knowing that the final was at their phenomenal home stadium and they're not going to be there. So that's why the first goal is absolutely critical. And I actually believe United can do it. But I also wouldn't put it past just being a straight 0-0. I think 0-0 is a very good chance in this game. United lineup. I think United go Onana. And I don't think there's a lot of options at centre-half, actually, with the injuries that we've got to various different players. I think Lindelof, Maguire and Yoro will be United's back three, and that's a bit of a worry. It's not got too much in terms of options. Maybe one of the academy players off the bench to provide a little bit of support, but that you're looking at that being it, basically. So I think Lindelof, Maguire and Yoro, which is not the most locked down defence we've ever going to put out in Europe. I think Mazraoui and Dorgu, I'm basically told they're playing as a back five. I think Casemiro and Ugarte with Bruno sort of adding an extra man in there. And then Garnacho and Højlund rounding it out. I would almost be looking at this team to try and move into a 3-5-2 or a 5-3-2. And using Garnacho and Højlund on the break to try and run into space. Do what we did against Brentford quite effectively in terms of putting the ball ahead of them and just make it happen. I would save Ahmad and have him off the bench. He just needs to be fit for the final. And don't have him start the game where it could get a little bit feisty. Bring him on. Bring him on maybe when the game's won. Get a goal or two up and then bring him on to see the game out. Get him some minutes in the tank. Otherwise, there's so little in terms of United's squad. Who else comes in and does anything here? Mainu, he's still working his way back from injury, I think, and I'm not entirely 100% sure what his position's going to be in this side. Eriksen, I don't think so. There's just so little in terms of options. I think it's got to be what we're seeing. So that's what I would have gone with in terms of my starting 11. As always, this is brought to you by our friends at Hollywood Bets, and they've got another match day special for you for this European tie coming up tomorrow night. United return to Old Trafford, commanding 3-0 aggregate lead over Bilbao for the second leg of this Europa League semi-final tie. Amorim's side desperate to finish the job with this, and Bilbao will absolutely be needing goals. It could open up fast. United are going to hope it doesn't. In terms of the bet that I'm going for then, 1+ shot on target for Garnacho and Nico Williams. I'm going for over 8.5 corners, over 2.5 total cards, and both teams to score. That's been boosted from 6-1 to 8-1. So if you stick a tenner on that, you could win back 90 quid. And if you would like to claim that bet boost, all you've got to do is click the link in the description. If you're new to Hollywood Bets, then you can create an account and take advantage of their excellent new customer offers, which are also linked in the description as well. Odds are subject to change. You must be 18 to participate. Remember that football is unpredictable, and this bet is simply designed to enhance your viewing experience and certainly not any guarantee of a win. For more information on responsible gaming, please check out begambleaware.org. How do we win? You win by not conceding 3 goals. Or 4. We can lose this and still go through. I think it reeks of a 0-0, to be honest. I think it reeks of a United just absolutely don't commit men forward and don't give them any sort of room. But I could also see United going out there and winning this just by how desperate Bilbao get and United were genuinely good on the counter against them in the last game. So let's hope it's an easy night, drama-free, and we book our tickets for Bilbao at the end of May. Let me know your thoughts on the game in the comments below. I'll see you in the next one. Laters. Hey, thank you for watching the video. If you are new around these parts, then don't forget to subscribe. My channel is proudly supported by my community on Patreon. If you'd like to get a little bit of extra content, a Discord group, meetups, five-a-side games, weekly podcasts, behind the scenes, and even an occasional bit of transfer news as and when I get it, then for the price of a pint, you can show your appreciation for the content that we make and get some goodies for doing so as well. Check the link in the description or click the button right here. You'll also find all of my socials here too if you want to follow me on any of those platforms. Nice one.